Hello, hello. Good afternoon. Weird charts. Hello, Corky, August, Steven, Paul, Willie, Walt. Hello, hello, welcome. Nailed the Bitcoin dip. Yeah, man. Greetings from Brazil. Oh, nice, nice. Frank the Tank. Dev, good evening. How's everyone doing? Everyone holding up in this choppy market? I personally had an amazing week, an amazing trading week. Brian, what's up? Manu, GT. Can everyone hear me, by the way? Can you hear the music? Can you see the chart? Is everything fine there? Just to make sure that I'm not talking to the walls. Yes, all good. All right, perfect. Gonna wait 1 more minute before we get into the charts and explain everything that we've been watching, everything we've entered, so some more people can join. Yeah. Good morning, Yivanta. Cloud Temple. What's up? Paul G, Vittorio, what's up, what's up? Bali, damn. Leave a like, guys. Subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. Trying to grow on YouTube, actually. I enjoy these live streams with you guys and my videos. So leave a like, takes 1 second. And subscribe if you haven't already. Hello from Manchester. Hello, hello. So we'll do the introduction already. And then we'll get started, okay? So welcome everyone to this weekly live stream. Just want to say thanks to the sponsor of the live streams, which is Bybit. Great exchange, link is in the description. If you use the link, send me a DM on Discord or on Twitter. Then I'll get you added to my Discord group where I post all of my entries and exits on the trades I take and more analysis and stuff like that, where you can chat, ask questions, all that kind of stuff. If you use the link in the description, you can also get CoinMarketMan for free, the software to analyze your trading, journal your trading, get all kinds of equity curves, analytics about what days you're the most profitable, for example. It's pretty helpful. Been helping me for my trading at least. So yeah, thanks to Bybit. Link is in the description. You can also get a deposit bonus if you use the link. So yeah, as I said, if you use the link, make sure to let me know and we'll sort things out, okay? Leave a like, as I said at the beginning. Leave a like on the live stream if you enjoy it. If you learn anything, I would really appreciate a like, and subscribe, obviously, if you haven't already, okay? So, starting off with Bitcoin, right? Where do we start? I mean, we've covered the higher time frames in the previous video, and to be honest, on the higher time frames, nothing too much changed. Okay, we're still trading in the upper half of this bigger time frame range from this, what was it, June monthly candle, so monthly high, monthly low. We're still trading within the upper half of that high time frame trading range. Okay, what does that mean? The draw for me personally is still to the upside. Okay, so I still think we will be trading towards 32k. The question is from where and where to look to enter, right? The lower time frame range was from these highs to these lows, okay? And we've basically been chopping within this range for ages, okay? But hey, it doesn't mean because we're ranging that we can't have nice trades. It's actually the other way around for me. I like trading these kind of ranges and these quick sweeps of liquidity and trade it towards the other side, okay? So all that I'm doing personally is marking out key highs, key lows, right? Identifying where liquidity is going to be resting, where stops are going to be resting, combining that with supply, demand, areas of interest, key levels, right? Weekly highs, weekly lows, and the OTE, okay? And when you do that and everything comes together, you've got yourself a nice trade ID, okay? 1 second. All right. So, where was Monday? So it's Friday. Oh yeah, obviously this one. Okay, so we opened Monday with upside. So upside early in the week, right? With barely a wick to the downside weekly candle. Usually gets faded and we get downside later in the week, okay? So rushing into longs here wasn't the best idea. I initially longed up here, but then saw low time frame rejections, sorry, and closed it at break even. Where did I relong? On these lows right here. I can actually show you all of the entries and exits. Yes. So these are just screenshots from the Discord, right? So posted these live. So said I started longing, stops at 25,900 approximately, and that I had more orders resting lower, okay, in case we would have gotten a lower sweep. That was right here, right? So reaction. Nice, okay, swept the lows once more, got some more orders, holy shit, filled on the local sweep, strong close back above Monday low, and then instant nice reaction to the upside, okay? So good profit there. And then I explained it as well in the last video, I don't know if you've watched it, but I closed longs up here, and the reason I did was, first thing was actually that price continued to try to break to the upside, and it looked like there was a lot of longs coming in, but price barely moved to the upside, and instead we swept some local highs and rejected heavily, okay? On this sweep, right, this was the key signal for me to get out. So this 15-minute candle, as you can see, swept the lows first, swept these local lows, okay, on this wick, then very nice 15-minute close, okay? So what you'd expect then with Monday high resting that close to these highs, what you'd expect was a squeeze higher, right? And instead what happened, people probably FOMO'd here, kept longing and price barely moved, and we rejected heavily and closed bearish. And that's when I got out, okay? Felt like something was brewing, and indeed, well, then we got the sell-off after. In yesterday's video, we were trading up here. I explained why I closed longs from here, and I explained what my next game plan for Bitcoin was, which was the sweep of these lows, okay? So the idea of longing this was longing the sweep of, on the first place, Monday low, and on the second place, ideally, we would sweep this low as well, okay? So we did sweep Monday low, but we barely swept the low right below, okay? What did that mean? Okay, we got all of the upside, but what did that mean? Remove these. Even more liquidity resting below these lows, okay? So as I said, barely swept this low, so which means stops that were resting there were still there, okay? And even more stops came in there, okay? So a shitload of liquidity resting below these lows. I said that would be the next target. What do we have below these lows? The consolidation here, the sweep of this low that led to all of this upside back to 27.7, okay? Lining up with OTE. OTE from the high, from the low to the high. Where do you look for longs? On the retrace into OTE. And as you can see, it's just beautiful how perfectly it lines up. So the OTE levels 0.62, 0.79. What's the OTE, the optimal trade entry, the EQ or the mid-range in between the two levels, the 705 level. As you can see, this area in general with the gray box, could narrow it down a little bit, okay? But as you can see, you get the idea, lines up perfectly with this consolidation. Optimal trade entry, the name says it itself. And look at how price reacted to this level, okay? Perfect bounce and nice upside. So that's what we have in the past. Now, oh yeah, so let me show you where we longed yesterday as well. This one. So I said back in the long but lower size, stop below the wick. So I meant below this, okay? As you can see, yeah, well, right now we're in nice profit, perfect entry there. So around 1 hour profit. To be honest, nothing too much happened yet. I want to see a run higher. I'd like Monday high, but not sure if that's gonna happen. Anyways, so now that we've talked about what happened in the past, let's talk about the game plans going forward. Okay, so as I said, it felt like people down here, right, were all bearish and everyone was doom posting, right? We would go lower, boom, squeeze, okay? Everyone stopped out. Up here, I saw a lot of people flip from bearish down here to bullish up here, okay? Boom, all stopped out again. So wouldn't it be great right now to run for the highs anyways, okay? Now that both sides have been stopped and nobody knows what the fuck is going on, right? Pump it to the highs from here. I mean, that's my ideal scenario. It's getting slow again. I'll leave it like this. Okay, so we took out these lows, right? Monday low got swept. These equal lows got swept into OTE, lining up with demand. Where's the next draw on liquidity going to be, you think? Well, in my opinion, we didn't sweep. That's an important one. We didn't sweep Monday high. Okay, we just made a lower high here. Some people see it as a lower high. Personally, I see this one as even more draw on liquidity to the upside. Even more stops are gonna be resting there. Okay, so if you're in from here, my invalidation, I want to see this low hold, to be honest. If we start losing Monday low now and revisit that low, yeah, then we're probably gonna sweep this. Okay, so that's first scenario, right? If we break back below Monday low, below these lows, like I could see a wick in there, but then I want to see a buyback. But if we start closing below this level, okay, and break below here, then I think we'll be trading back towards here, back towards that low, and at that point probably retest high time frame key level, high time frame mid range at 24.7. Okay, so that's first scenario. Second one, if Monday low holds, right? Monday low holds, boom. What's the next draw on liquidity? Monday high. Okay, so that could be a nice low time frame entry. We have a low time frame trading range here with this as the highs and this as the lows. Okay, so if ideal scenario, right? First, take some stops to the downside. Okay, gets you even more liquidity resting here, here, and here, okay? Acting as fuel for the squeeze higher. So ideal scenario, sweep this, strong reclaim, and then squeeze it to the upside. If we go from here, then I'd feel less comfortable in my longs, because then we wouldn't have taken anything to the downside first. Well, we took these lows, but I mean on the lower time frame. So then the scenario where we do this and snap back down increase a lot, okay? So that's what I'm watching. Once we're up here, right, I'll have to see the reaction. If Bitcoin does this, right, and snaps back down, well, then I'll definitely get out of longs and wait for the next plan, because at that point, would the chances of us bumping all the way back towards these highs decrease. And I think it's more likely that we revisit the lows so that we can look for fresh longs back down here. Then if we do this and we close up here and we hold above, okay, then I think the stops above here are next. I still think there's a lot of stops resting there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we are about to break down into 24.5, that we will at some point take these stops before doing so, okay? But yeah, that's the idea. My main target for this long right now is Monday high, okay? I've set the target there, but I'll more than likely take most off if we sweep Monday high. All right, that was a lot of info. Is that clear for everyone? Does everything I say make sense? Or if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll try to answer as many as possible. GPO gonna general reveal today in markets. Hello from Paris. Hello, what's up, Joe Mason? We are all George. Hello from Germany. Hello. Yes, boss, you nailed ENG. Thanks, man. Thanks, clear. Hello. Everything is awesome, really appreciate it. Hey, thanks, man. Can you TA CFX? Yeah, I will do alts after this, but keep your tickers for now. I'll tell you when you can post them. Have a good day and enjoy nature. I definitely will after the live stream. After this, I'm done. Makes sense, Steven? All right. Thank you. Do you think it's too dangerous to long or short, or just wait for reaction? Well, if I wasn't in a trade right now, I wouldn't enter. Like, it's Friday afternoon. Go enjoy some time off, I would say. Like, I think it's more likely that price does this over the weekend and just keeps chopping here. And then maybe next week go for Monday high. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any real moves until next week. So entering here, I think you're just gonna get yourself stuck in a position that you will be watching every second if it has moved, and then it will be Monday and then the move will come. But anyways, can move, of course. I'm in from lower, so I'm personally gonna hold. By the way, my stops are at break even for Bitcoin, so that's a risk-free trade. That's also why I took 2 longs on alts today, which I'll get over to in a second. Let me check actually. Ooh, nice. So yeah, right here, if I were to guess, I would probably, I wouldn't enter here. If I had to, would probably look for a long, but right here it's pretty dangerous in my eyes, so I'd stay flat. Great stream. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you for everything, you help a ton. Hey, good to hear, man. Very clear. All right. Powell will speak in less than 2 hours. Yeah, Powell can speak. Powell can do whatever he wants. Powell we'll let the market move in the way it wants, you know, and it's all in the chart. So how did you develop your confidence to bid where liquidity is? Obviously it's so profitable, but it's also the scariest place to bid, lol, but you do so with such confidence. I mean, yes, and what you say there is the most scary place to do so. Well, that even adds confluence to the idea of longing. Longing the scariest shit and shorting the scariest shit. Well, obviously don't blindly long into something that's sinking a ton, but have an ID on price, right? And let price come to you. And then when you combine that with people getting scared, like for me, it even adds more confluence to look for longs. And it was exactly the same on this trade ID. We were trading up here. I said there's more than likely going to be a lot of liquidity still resting below this low and this low, right? So what I want to see here is give me that sweep into the same area that we bid here, and people will get overly bearish and think we will break down. While if price does that, have we already broken down? Well, hell no. That all we've done then would just be a sweep of key liquidity into the key area that we were watching. So why not go for a long again? And if you have your ID, you have your invalidation. That's also very important. And the risk reward is there. Well, go for it. Can you break down ENJ ID? Yes. All right. So, by the way, if you're enjoying the live, try to leave a like. We're at 40 likes. Let's try to get it to 60, right? Usually do 50. Let's try 60 likes, okay? Takes 1 second, okay? We'll do ENJ. I don't even know how to pronounce this one. But let's do this one, right? To be honest, it was a very simple ID, this one. So I really like trading these coins that look like they're gonna squeeze. And I did a similar trade. On this one. Well, it has moved quite a lot since. Do I still have the risk reward tool? Trading view slow again. Nope. Okay, we'll do it like this. So I don't know if some of you remember, but I longed this right about here, right? We had a clean range. This high was unswept, obviously. We were trading here. This low was swept upside, and then we started ranging. Range high made, range low made, high swept, low swept, and just the way price kept bouncing against that resistance, right? On the lower time frames, on the hourly, boom, rejection, straight back up. It just felt like it was going to squeeze and take out key liquidity. So whenever I enter a trade like this, it's always gonna have a key high resting to the left that is unswept, okay? And that adds confluence to the idea of a squeeze because liquidity is resting higher, okay? So that's why I entered this here, get my stop there, and targeted initially. So at that key high, I will always take some off and then leave some for a runner. Obviously, I closed it all in this consolidation, and then this happened. Yeah, it's a pity, but I kept my initial idea of targeting these highs, so that's fine. And that's a trade done, okay? And it's the same with ENJ, I think you pronounce it. Come on. Yep. Okay, it was exactly the same here, right? So we've got, let's start off on the daily, you know, daily key low, right? And just use this as a level that we're gonna use on the lower time frames. Now we zoom out, well, zoom in, okay? Where's key highs and lows gonna be resting? Well, the lows there, highs there, okay? High time frame lows swept on all of this, right? Below this low as well, reclaim, okay? Strong close What do we do next? Zoom in again. Let's remove that for now. Okay, zoom in again on the hourly. What do we have? Strong close up here, retest, okay, some upside, then swept low time frame lows. Bear with me. What do we have? High time frame lows swept, low time frame lows swept, strong close back above, okay, retest, solid reaction. What did we have here? Key high time frame low, a key high time frame high resting there, drawn liquidity to the upside while high time frame lows are swept, and we reclaimed this high time frame key level. Okay, so that's just when I market enter. Tight invalidation, well, for me that's tight at least, and target higher. I'm half out of this. As I said, I will always take some off at the first key high that we're initially targeting, and then keep some in case we run higher. So this was my initial target. Why? Well, that's just because of the high time frames as well. It's gonna be this key level, okay, and then slightly above you have this one. So just somewhere in between, but doesn't really matter. I usually just take profits along the way. If we also have all of these unswept highs here, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does something like this and then breaks down and retests lower. Okay, so that's what I'm targeting. I'm half out of this already. I could even bring my stops to break even on this one as well, to be honest, while I'm seeing it. I don't want to see this go all the way back. What it can do is retest this, do something like this, and then back up. But I don't really want to see this below my... I will actually move my stops to break even after the stream. So that's risk-free as well. Bitcoin is risk-free. This one, half profit taken. And then the last one I longed was APE. This one I really like. I think this is gonna squeeze hard, and it's barely moved, but I really like this one, and I'll break it down why. 65 likes, by the way. Thanks everyone, really appreciate that. Okay, so APE, right? High time frame demand. Boom, upside. What does that mean? This area, sideways price action before the move up, returns to that area, price bounces. Okay, why? Because people were accumulating longs here, breakout, the retrace, people who longed here gonna want to defend their positions, which often acts as buying pressure. Okay, boom, upside. Price comes all the way back down, right? High time frame low there, high time frame low there. Okay, took this one, took that one. Okay, so high time frame low, once again, keep this in mind for the lower time frames. Zooming in now, boom. Price came to that low, swept that low, okay. High time frame liquidity taken, reclaim of the area, boom. Sideways price action, price moved away from the area. What's gonna act as demand? The area that led to the pump, which is this one. So yeah, it's not that clear, but you get the idea, right? I might make it blue so it's a little cleaner. Then, what did price do? Range. What's your range? The initial high that got swept here. So upside from this high, we saw downside back into that demand, lower time frame demand, but which lines up with the higher time frame demand. Okay, back to the highs, swept the highs, back to the lows, swept the lows, and broke above the range mean again. Okay, that's a scenario that I've been saying over and over again. What I really like: trending high, low, sweep highs, sweep lows, break above range mean, break above the mid range. Okay, and that's your confirmation for a long, for a continuation plan. Okay, that's what we got here. High, low, swept the highs, swept the lows. Okay, reclaimed range mean. So what am I looking for here? A breakout to the upside. What am I targeting? Simply the first resistance on the chart, right? Lines up with this low as well. So as you can see, I'm not trying to hold these positions for swings that go a lot higher. I just use high time frame liquidity, high time frame levels that I then use on the lower time frames to get an entry on the lower time frame, which has a tight stop, but a very high probability of playing out. So what I'm looking for here, right? You got this this low time frame range, okay? Broke above the range mean, entered there. We have our clean invalidation below range low. That's how I usually enter these continuation trades, and a target up there, okay? I will take some off again at the first area of key liquidity, which is now going to be on this high lining up with these highs, okay? As you can see, they line up beautifully, so there's going to be a lot of stops there. We'll take some off there, okay? If it gets there, obviously, but I personally think we squeeze here, but we'll see. If it nukes, so be it, then I'm wrong. What was I saying? Yeah, take some off there and then keep some in case it squeezes higher, okay? It can do this, boom, take some lows and still go for the highs. It can even sweep this if it wants, do something like this, reclaim, and then higher. Invalidation on this whole ID below range low. So those are this one's not risk-free, obviously, still in this one. And then we have Bitcoin long, risk-free, and ENJ long. Half out already and stops at break even. So, any questions about these two plays? Do you use trailing stops after taking some profit? Nope, never. Because your stop should be at a place of invalidation of the ID, not at a certain percentage from price. And only when you have a new invalidation where you don't want to see price again, that's when I'll trail my stop, but not use a trailing stop, right? I'll just move my stop to a different level. If the new invalidation for this ID would be here, I'd move it to there, but it's not, because I think it can still do this, take those lows, and then rip higher. So why would I put my stop there, right? In my opinion, the invalidation on this ID going higher right now, like I don't want to see it back to entry, so I can trail my stop. But if it for example would have broken above here, just here, then moving stop to break even was not the play, because then I could have still seen something like this where we take out some lows and then rip back up higher. So only trail your stops when you have a new invalidation. Well, that's how I do things. You should close 50% of your position and let the rest do its thing with stop at break even, of course. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing on this one. This is real alpha. Hey, thanks, man. George, are you still trading on Bybit? Yes, sir, I am. Do you short ENJ? I hope that's a joke. I'm long on this. And if your question is if I'm going to short it up here, probably not. I don't like shorting into strength. Today's stream is interesting. Your analysis of alts is just fire. Thank you. Hey, good to hear, man. And no worries. Trying my best, you know. Kidding, bro. What about ETH? Well, ETH is pretty much same story. We have these high time frame lows, right? 4 hour, low time frame lows, lining up beautifully with these. What did price do? Sweep those low time frame lows while we have swept the high time frame lows back into demand. Where is liquidity resting? Higher, in my opinion. So I think ETH to this, ETH to either here and maybe even here, and then probably Bitcoin will follow. Well, Bitcoin will probably do so, and I think they line up for higher. I don't get why you'd short here. We're at the range lows. High time frame liquidity has been swept. We've reclaimed. This is a long setup in my eyes. Peter, how are you? All good. I'm fine, man. I've had an amazing week, so can't complain. Clear, all right. Have a wonderful weekend. Hey, you too, man. Matic on the lower time frames. What do you think? Any scalps or swing plays in your opinion? I don't like Matic. It looks horrible. I think there's way better options out there to long if you want to long. Look for, like, if there's one thing I've learned on alts over the last few years, is that your mindset shouldn't be, I'm looking for longs on a coin that's down because the rest is going up, so it will probably follow. I had that mindset for quite a while, and it's honestly, it's the worst you can have, because mostly the coins that don't go up when the rest is going up are just the weakest coins. So look for strength in the market and look for low time frame entries on those, right? Look to long those on low time frame dips. And this one has just been the weakest one out there. So, I mean, it makes sense why everyone's shorting this on Twitter. Trader SE and Trader XO. I fully get them. Yeah, it's been trading in this range, and as long as we don't reclaim this most obvious key SR that there is on the chart, I think these lows are next. So high time frame, I think these lows will eventually get tagged. Let's see low time frame. Yeah, I mean, low time frame doesn't look too good as well. We had these highs, they got swept. We do have this one, so could still see a run up higher in there. But either, yeah, look at these. This level is acting as resistance on the lower time frames. Wouldn't be surprised if it sells off from here. And otherwise, run up, boom, take those highs, back down, and then to all of these lows. So if you're looking for longs, I definitely wouldn't long Matic. Matic is a shorting coin. Yeah, exactly. Do you place orders in advance, or do you wait for the candle to close and the price reaction and only then enter? I usually enter markets. Well, I usually enter market and exit with limits. But I wait for price to come to the level and then enter if I like it or not. Why do people hate Matic? I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I don't have anything against Matic, but I just think the chart looks horrible. That's all. Like, I wouldn't be saying this if the chart looked good, because I did long this when it was trading around here. I remember trading this up, even this move when we swept these. But right now, I don't know, man. I think, let's see. Yeah, I think these lows need a sweep into high time frame demand. see something like this. Something like this. And then a reclaim, and then we can talk about longs back to some key level. There maybe, and then there. Do you think render will go past 2.5 level? If so, what's a good entry? Thanks for sharing your IDs. Nope. This one. Yeah, I like this chart. Yeah, I like this, to be honest. Let's see. Delete those so I never remember the the trade I took and where I closed. Yeah, but it's difficult entering here, right? I'd wait for some ranging then. And what you want to see here is ideally don't sweep the highs. So we haven't swept them, as you can see. And if you're looking for a long, I don't want to see them get swept. Why? Because if they get swept first and then you see the retrace, there's a higher chance that we break through and go for lower than when we haven't swept the highs. Why? Because then there's more liquidity resting to the upside. So more the draw is bigger to the upside. So then I'd like to see maybe this, take these lows at the very least, but ideally, yeah, make a low and then do something like this, sweep the low into, yeah, this key SR level, but I wouldn't feel safe unless I get my stop above there. I don't want to see this get below there. So if it dips all the way into here, maybe like this, yeah, and then target up here. That's decent if we don't sweep the lows before. I think that's decent, but not sure you're gonna get your entry. If we do this before, then I wouldn't take this. XRP. Phew. Yeah, see what I mean? It's the same with this one. Into key resistance and then swept the highs into that key resistance. If this would have made a lower high here and would have not swept the highs here, then I would probably look for longs on the retest of this consolidation and I target the highs. But right now we swept the highs, so this could be fat resistance in my opinion, and then back down into here maybe. So yeah, even if it goes for these highs, that would be a good short, I think. If it does this, then breaks down, right? Take these highs and then all the way back down to these lows. And otherwise, I'd probably look for longs if we don't take the highs. First lower, boom, sweep, look for longs there, target these highs. But yeah, at the moment, not really seeing anything interesting on this. Nice, yeah, looking for shorts, thanks. Poof. Yeah. I did ETH already. How about this eternal range on Link? Yeah. What do you want me to say? I mean, I wouldn't touch it unless it either breaks out and closes a weekly probably above here would be enough, right? The highest weekly close. And what confirms, I wouldn't say that on its own, but what confirms it, well, it's never closed above on the weekly and acted as resistance a couple times. So either wait for a close above, then buy the retest and send it a lot higher. Stops pretty tight in that case, something like this. And target there and probably up there, okay? Or wait for the breakdown and reclaim. Weekly close back inside, buy the retest, target the opposite side of the range. And those are the only plays I would take on Link. As in trading wise, you know. Spot, I mean, yeah, might be a decent entry actually. 6.5 if you're targeting like 12, that's already a 2x. But on margin, yeah, this can range for like 2 more years, you know, and you're gonna eat all that funding. So then you'd have to enter with spot. But on margin, I would only enter if it does this and reclaims, or if it closes above here. ARB. Yeah, I like this one down here, right? But right now, not really, to be honest, because because of this, the initial bounce after the sweep got swept and then rejected. So unless we break back above here, then we target there and maybe even up here. But until we do so, this probably goes for the lows again. All right. Hey George, hope you're having a good day. Think the break of 152 support on Pepe is too obvious. Could see a scam pump. Let's see. 1000, yeah. This one. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. Oof. And why I'm immediately saying that is because of the look at the structure, right? It's been like boom, 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 boom. Think about the amount of stops that are resting there. So if we do this, we could see a pretty nice squeeze on Pepe. And what's the key level? Probably there. So you got yourself a pretty nice trade ID there. Something like this. Yeah, I definitely agree. This is what you mean, right? Thanks for having me take a look at this, because I really like this. I'm gonna keep my eye on this. If it sweeps these lows once more, I'm a buyer. And guess what? I hope it will. Yeah, I think so. Boom. Look at this. OTE, low to high. Look for longs on the retrace into OTE. Guess where it's resting? Again, at the area that we were watching. I like this. I'm definitely gonna keep my eye on this. Oof. Nice. Come on, a little higher and I'm probably gonna close some more. So yeah, Pepe, definitely want to keep an eye on. Usually what percentage of your portfolio do you risk on a trade? That depends. I have many accounts, but usually in total it's like 2-3%, something like that. Sometimes 5%. But yeah, it depends really. See, Bitcoin low time frame highs taken, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does this from here. Very low time frame liquidity games. It's always going to be the same. Clean lows there. Local highs swept. I mean, we still have these. Obviously, could do this, but it's in a range, right? With liquidity resting on both sides. So just get out, get outside, do something else. And on top of that, the weekend is coming. So, like I said at the start, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does fuck all over the weekend. Can you please do a YouTube video explaining of how to use your fib levels? I actually have one where I explain OTE, but actually I do explain OTE in my range trading video. Look at my pinned posts on Twitter. Look at that video, and it has timestamps, and look into OTE, and that's the explanation of how I use it. All right, I think I'm gonna hop off. Oh wait, I'll do one more CFX, and then we'll hop off. I promised I would do this one. Oof. Let's see, mark some key levels first. There and there. The highs. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit lower for this, but I like how we deviated below last month's low here. So that's probably your must hold area. And we have clean low here and some liquidity resting below there. So ideal scenario, take those out in there and then reclaim and then go for the highs to here. That would be a nice play. But for now, I don't like it. Low time frames looks like it wants lower, right? We swept these highs into supply. Boom, clean low resting there. So low time frame, I think we dip. But after that, this plan comes into play, and then I might like it, targeting there. We'll see. Yeah. But we'll see how the weekly closes, right? I mean, it's not looking too pretty right now. That low lines up with that one. Yeah, I'd keep my hard stop at least there. Something like this, and then target up there. 2.4 hour, that's not bad. Okay, I'll hop off. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for coming, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it a lot. Enjoy your weekend, I would say. It's nice weather here in Belgium at least. So go outside, touch some grass, you know. And I think Bitcoin's gonna do fuck all, so you'll have time, okay? And I'll see you on Monday, right, with a new, fresh live stream, okay? Take it easy, and see you in the next one. Peace.